Honestly, I'm a little tired of the whole running back thing. I really am. I think it's kind of embarrassing. All these guys bitching and moaning are all making 10, 11, 12 million dollars, right? If they were making $2 million, I would understand. But they act like they're more deserving of everyone getting their back, like they're royally getting screwed than linebackers, than tight ends, than guards and centers. Why are they any different? This notion, everyone was saying that they should get a special spot in the salary cap. Why shouldn't guards and centers? Why shouldn't linebackers? Why shouldn't tight ends? Running backs are the last position that any GM or coach would want to utilize for the benefit of the team. They are the most replaceable player. Austin Eckler, who got the Zoom together as the group, right, literally is a great example of an undrafted free agent who KO'd, beat out, and sent packing a former first-round pick in Melvin Gordon. Said, I'm better than you. I'm an undrafted free agent. Get the bleep out of here. That's essentially what he did. And that's what happens constantly. And then Saquon, who signed his contract, which was the smart move, actually should have signed the contract when I'm sure they offered him $25, $30 million guaranteed. Because now he's going to get franchise tagged more than likely again next year if he has a solid season. So he will have 2 years, and let's say the franchise tag next year is $14 million. He'll have made $25 million over 2 years. Like, that's pretty lucrative couple years, given your position. Supply, demand, basic economics. This is not fantasy football. This is not Madden. This is a business with a salary cap. You have to build your team. The reason you pay Trent Williams or any elite offensive tackle, right, big time money, because they're very hard to replace. If you lose Trent Williams, if you lose Lane Johnson, you're not finding their replacement. They don't exist. Walk around society, New York, LA, go international. Tell me how many 6'5", 300-plus pounders with running back feet you're going to find on this planet. I'll find a ton of guys, 5'11", big-time athletes that are strong. Right? You just will. And there aren't many guys that can throw for 5,000 yards. That's why quarterbacks make so much money. Right? If there were less running backs, if Saquon Barkley wasn't a dime a dozen, and I know he's better than most, but the difference of him and some random running back right now at a camp that's going to become the next Isaiah Pacheco isn't very wide. And do you know what the Chiefs are paying Isaiah Pacheco? The league minimum. So it's like, would you rather have Isaiah Pacheco making $800,000 or Saquon making 11? Because I'll tell you this, I'll take Isaiah Pacheco and then the ability to fill in my team with 3 other players. And then I'll just have a better team. Why? It's a team game. This isn't golf. I'm not just trying to find Rory or Brooks Koepka. This isn't tennis. This is a team game. And there are several positions, pass rusher, tackle, quarterback, that are infinitely more valuable by a wide gap than running back, which is arguably at the bottom of the list. But this notion that they're getting screwed any more than tight ends, isn't Travis Kelce making $12, $13 million a year? What does Travis Kelce have in common with Nick Chubb or Saquon Barkley or Austin Eckler? Not much. Been doing it a lot longer at the highest level in the biggest games. I don't hear him bitching and moaning. So this notion of these Zoom calls, of they're getting screwed any more than a guard, I'll tell you who's getting screwed. Zach Martin, Hall of Famer, one of the best players of his generation, wants more money, deserves it. Like, Saquon is making more than him. How does that make any sense? It doesn't. So it's never going to change. They constantly scream at the fans and the media, like your coach and your GM view you as widgets. They just do. They're the people who don't value you, the decision makers, right? It's them. They are the people, and they're the most important people in your building because they choose who to pay. Us people that talk about it for a living, your fan base, they have zero pull. Absolutely none. Now, obviously there is a variable with the Giants with Daniel Jones, but like we said earlier, he plays the most important position. So is he overpaid? Of course he is. Was he way harder to replace than Saquon? 1,000,000%. So I give Saquon credit for realizing, what are we doing? this contract can't change because we can't extend because of the rules. Sign the deal, get a little up front, and just show up and ball. And the next year, you'll probably get franchised again. I give the Giants credit for not capitulating, for doing good business, because this is good business. Daniel Jones, pretty risky business. I'm not going to call it bad business, because if Daniel Jones, they win 9-10 games, he has another season like he did last year, like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just, is it worth a little more than you would have liked to pay? Of course. But as we see all around the league, like the Vikings are going to find this out. Cole's cash, baby. If Kirk Cousins, they just let him walk and he disappears next year, who are they replacing him with? Who's playing quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings next year? Cousins got some flaws, but good luck upgrading that.